Rlcraft version 2.8 is out. We're just going to go over here real quick over the change logs, because apparently there's a lot. We're just going to go and highlight the big ones here. Don't know what the invincible mob bug is. Nerf the bejesus out of the battle burrito. I haven't had a chance to use it, but yeah, it did last 10 minutes. Now it only lasts 2 minutes, so that's a big nerf. I might have nerfed the resistance 4, the strength 4, all that big huge buffs, but I don't know. Battle burrito is kind of hard to get, so maybe that's okay. Dragon health increased to 800, was 600. That's max health, and that's based upon the level of the dragon. Increased the max attack damage of the dragon, so basically dragons are more powerful. Doubled the health of the troll. Increased the base health of sea serpents to 50. It was 20. That's a more than double. So they're going to be a lot more tanky. Sea serpent's going to be 100 to 300 health now. Well, yeah. Seems like everything's getting buffs. Subspecies from Lycanites are now more powerful. Uncommon and rare mobs with special tags will now do more damage, be faster, attack faster, have more health, etc. Best to avoid early game. What's a subspecies from Lycanites? Is that like the Scarlet and the Light, I assume? Slightly lower chance for tremors to spawn from explosions. I like that. Tremors are super annoying. Disabled subject mathematics and subject history are being hella broken. Oh man. Those are disabled? Yeah, those were pretty good. But that's too bad. Disabled coring enchantment. Didn't do anything. Fixed broken furnace recipe from ice and fire that would smelt air into silver ingots. Causing smelting and smelter enchantments to spawn silver from ice and other blocks. That's interesting. Yeah, disabled vitality enchantment. It wasn't doing anything. This is supposed to speed up natural regen, but natural regen is disabled, so this enchantment does nothing. Yeah, it didn't do anything. I tried it. It didn't do anything. Fixed durability of silver Spartan weapons to 460. Wow, that's a huge buff for silver weapons. Iron arrows now do ×2 damage from 3 times damage, and diamond arrows now do 3 times damage for 4 times damage. So not only are serpents and dragons more powerful, but now our special expensive arrows do less damage. So that's a big deal. Basically, it's just getting more difficult, it seems like. Slight buff. Throwable weapons like knives, axes do more damage. I never understood that. I mean, you spend all this stuff. I mean, why not just get a bow? Why would you make throwing stuff? I don't get it. Ooh, huge nerf. Iron skin skill only goes up to level 5 for a max of 25% damage resist. Now instead of 10 levels for 50% damage resist. Unfortunately, players already above 5 will not get set back to 5. Dragon skeletons are now more rare. That makes sense. They were kind of... I was finding a lot of them, so that makes sense. But this is a huge deal. Huge deal. Iron skin is no longer a big thing. Well, it's a big thing, but only 25% damage resistance. So this is just twice as hard now, I think. I suppose this is to nerf or to disable an Enderman farm. I don't care. I wasn't going to do farms anyways. So this is another buff to Lycanite mobs. The variants, the Verdant and the Azure, like the Scarlet and stuff. Then that'll do more speed and more damage, as well as more health. So things are just a lot more dangerous now. Slightly increased scale variance just means mobs can be different sizes now. That's interesting. Battle towers now have a 60% chance to spawn normal and a 40% chance to spawn underground. Was 50-50. Okay. Slightly rebalanced loot in battle towers to compensate for double generation chances. Loot tables sometimes spawn twice due to a bug. Lowered spawn chances of diamonds and emeralds mainly. Was never supposed to be generating that much. Oh, so battle towers won't give as much diamonds and emeralds now, I guess? That's unfortunate. Added new quality for bows, legendary, with plus 15% project. That's a big buff. That's a big buff for your bows. Also, we should be able to see the ocean castle, which I guess never spawned. An underwater base, broken generation, the square flat sandstone structures in water. Broken generation. Oh, I was wondering what that was, but I guess we'll be able to see what it is now. I guess maybe it'll be fixed. Fixed even more structures that were never generating from ruins due to outdated templates, conflict with no tree punching. Manually went through and fixed all 187 ruin structures, a good 100 of them which probably never spawned in anyone's world before. There should be tons more structures generating now. Rebalanced the weights of these as well as fixed a lot of broken generation stuff with them. No, this is ruins, not recurrent complex, which spawns a sunken island and sometimes floating towns, which are not fixed, and I honestly kind of like them. I don't like them. Added 5 new Rlcraft specific made structures made by Ice Belly. Rlcraft 4 Tower Dungeon, Rlcraft Underground Farm, Rlcraft Underground Town, and Rlcraft Small Town. These structures were added to Recurrent Complex and will generate randomly in your world. Thanks to Ice Belly for making these awesome structures. Render distance fixed for dragons, Sea Serpent, Cyclops, and Battle Tower Guardian can now be seen 128 blocks away. What was the original? I always wanted to see them further, but they seem... Hopefully, that means we can see them a long ways away. That's what it seems like. Tide Guardian armor can be repaired again. That's important because we're about to get Tide Guardian armor in our hardcore world. Uh-oh, here's a big one. Dragons wake up when attacked while sleeping. No more cheese for you. System collapse. Literally everyone. Okay. So, yeah, that was a big one. Those big dragons, you can just spam them with arrows and they'll die while sleeping, which is kind of silly. So it makes sense. They'll wake up now and they'll actually fight you, which is kind of a big deal because they'll break blocks and they'll lag you out, which sucks. Dragon breaking blocks lag fixed. When a dragon breaks certain common blocks, stone, dirt, etc., the block has a 95% chance or so chance of just getting outright destroyed, not dropping an item or causing block break particles. This is only for common blocks. Everything else they destroy will drop like normal. Massive performance improvement. Huge thanks again, Xcube. So that is a big deal. So I guess dragons moving around and breaking stuff will no longer cause a huge lag spike, which is good. That's great. But it was also an indicator that I knew that a dragon was breaking blocks below me and to get the heck out of there. Now I just got to listen for their roar and just, I guess, be lucky, I guess. Arrow desync fix, no longer looking like they just drop or hit you anymore. That's a good deal. Damage bonus OP. Please nerf. Damage bonuses are now added to total damage by multiplying initial weapon damage now rather than total damage post-enchantments. We never used damage because we don't know what it did. I guess a lot of updates to Lycanites, to the bestiary. You can figure out what items you can be fed to pets to heal them, as well as which items can be fed to farmable creatures to breed them. That's important. There's a lot more information in the bestiary. We'll look at that. Hey! Ah, this is a good one. Chupacabra meat gives leech again. That is huge. I love that. That was in the original Rlcraft when it became popular and I played it, it gave leech, which I really loved. What it does now, it just gives a base amount of health back after you eat it. But I really liked leech because this would be really important early game, getting Chupacabra meat early game because you can get your health. You can fight skeletons and not die to them after 2 hits, as long as you're able to hit them and get some of your health back. So that's a huge deal. I love that one. Because of the above change, foods do not instant heal anymore. They only give their potion effect now, similar to Rlcraft 2.8. Well, that's a big deal. That means your Aerosaurs and your Chupacabra meat both will no longer give you just instant health back. So that's a big deal. The Aerosaur meat used to give rejuvenation, which increases your health bonuses. So now healing will be a lot more difficult now, I suppose. Water-only mounts will now move only at 10% speed when on land. That makes sense. They should only be in water, you dummies. No more picking up dragons and battle tower guardians. You could pick them up with a rock? I didn't know that. I would have used that a while ago. Oh, yeah, the tyrant dragon was stuck. Now it's not stuck anymore. So we got to watch out for that tyrant dragon. He can now probably do something. All enchantments now have a description. I like that. Oh, that's a big deal. So basically, if you have the dragon's eye, you can't get too hot from like being in the desert. That's a big buff to the dragon's eye. I thought the dragon's eye is too powerful. It needs a nerf. What's this next one? Dragon's eye now has a block detection range of 5 height and 10 radius, down from 6 height and 12 radius. So I guess when you're using your search, like for diamonds and coal, it detects it at a less of a radius, I guess. Ender Queen Crown now makes you immune to hypothermia. So if you're wearing the Ender Queen Crown and the Dragon's Eye, if you're wearing both of them, which I don't know if you can, you're basically immune to tough as nails crap. Or whatever you call it. The cold stuff. Wearing the Ender Queen Crown makes water damage. That's a good one. Polarized Stone now drains your hunger when repelling projectiles. Fixed recall potions not respecting non-bed spawn points. Yes, this means they should work with waystones now. So we can use recall potions with waystones now. If they'll stink and work, they still spawn me randomly in the map. So what's the deal with that? Well, looks like that is it for the Rlcraft update. The biggest takeaways that I find are the two biggest boys in the pack, the dragons and the sea serpents. They got a huge health buff, as well as a damage buff to the dragons, as well as there was a nerf to your arrows. So killing them is going to be more difficult overall. The max was 600 health on a dragon, now it's 800. That's a big deal. So yeah, I mostly saw buffs to enemies and nerfs to some of your weapons and enchants. So looks like this got a lot more difficult, and I like that. So hopefully this helped you out with some more information on the Rlcraft update. You could read this yourself, but these are just the kind of the big takeaways that I found. Recall potions hopefully were fixed as well. We read that a while ago. So yeah, go ahead and check out my Rlcraft Hardcore series that I have going on YouTube. And thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye! Just kidding, guys. I wanted to go ahead and go into Creative World and kind of show you. Look how far away I can see that sea serpent. Before, I wouldn't be able to see that sea serpent until like maybe right here. I'd start seeing it right here. But look how far away you can see that thing. That's glorious. Excellent update. Good job, Shivaxi. You can see that thing from far away. Also, this is one of those other structures that wasn't generating. Clearly wasn't generating good enough. I think they call this the underground base, underwater base. I don't know. How do you get in this thing? Well, here you go. Whoa! Check this out. This is a full-on base with enchantment table, everything set up for you here. Look at that. This is a legit underwater base. Very nice. Look at that. Look how far away you can see that serpent. I just really like that. I was always bothered about how the serpents all of a sudden be like right in front of you and screw you up. This guy's doing a somersault in the air for us. And look at this dragon. Look how far away we can see it. Look at that. Look at that. That is amazing how far you can see those dragons. That is incredible. I really like that. Look at that. Look how far away you can see that dragon. Yeah, that's great. It's a long ways away. Here we go. So it's made a lot bigger, so this guy is not stuck. His head's not stuck in the ceiling. This guy has 2,000 health. Big boy has 2,000 health. Holy cow. So there's one of the new villages that spawn. There's no loot in the chest that I could see.